a tribute to Gen Z media. Let's get right into it.
Every generation thinks they have the best movies, music, TV shows, and books. And as a member of Gen Z, let me just say that we definitely do.
Hell yeah, we definitely do. Look at this lineup right here. Let me just bring you to the bottom right. The fact that we have Legos, yeah. We're insane.
Let's start out with TV, and more specifically, cartoons. The hyper-ironic, random humor Gen Z is known for really just stems from the cartoons we grew up watching. I mean,
Dude, it is so prevalent when you find someone who has never seen SpongeBob in their life. It is so obvious. It's like they don't get certain jokes. They're a little bit like too innocent, but a little bit lame too. All I'm just trying to say is that if you haven't seen SpongeBob growing up, there's something wrong with you.
most popular cartoon of our
Dude, don't get me started on regular shit. Okay, I'll let it play.
childhood followed an anthropomorphic bird and raccoon working at a park with a green man, a ghost, an immortal yeti with a gumball machine as a boss. It doesn't really get more random than that. Regular Show really had a massive influence on Gen Z's humor. I mean,
Top 3 shows of all time. This is in my top 3 shows of all time. Regular Show, I have seen it probably 5 times. It's, you know, those type of shows where the episodes are only like 11 minutes long and you can just bang them out one after the other. This is one of those shows.
the amount of times me and my friends have said, "Oh," after something epic happens, it's gotta be in the hundreds. And we didn't just have Regular Show. I mean, Phineas and Ferb is probably my favorite show of all time, up there with The Sopranos. While the animation and
Hold on, I gotta see this lineup.
probably my favorite show of all time, up there with the
Ooh, okay. We got Sopranos up here. This Avatar, Phineas and Ferb, and Death Note. This guy's nose peak. Let me just say though, Phineas and Ferb does not deserve to be up there with those guys. I'm just gonna be clear. Avatar, greatest cartoon of all time. Death Note, really good until spoiler alert for Death Note, until L dies. And Soprano is widely considered one of the greatest shows of all time. But personally, there are a lot of cartoons better than Phineas and Ferb. I'd put Regular Show there. I'd probably put Adventure Time there. No, I wouldn't put Amazing World of Gumball. Still valid list though.
Sopranos. While the animation and premise of the show makes it appear like it's meant for little kids, the writing and humor is so clever and witty that I enjoy the show more now at 20 years old than I did when I was a little kid. Other shows like Gravity Falls, The Amazing World of Gumball, and Adventure Time also helped mold the absurd and spontaneous identity, humor, and culture of our generation. Now let's talk about music.
This may be the last ad.
Man, from 2014 to 2019, the amount of amazing music that was released is astounding. Gen Z is obsessed with 2016, and I think a main
You ever hear like club music, like the Black Eyed Peas, or like when like Kesha was in her prime, and you're thinking like, damn, if I just was like a 20-year-old in the 2000s and the 2010, clubs would go crazy. I probably would go to them. But now you go to the club and it's like, no offense to Playboy Cardi, but it's probably Playboy Cardi playing. And you see the difference between that and like the Black Eyed Peas.
reason for that is because so many great albums were released that year. Blonde, Starboy.
No. Dude, I've been listening to Frank Ocean so much lately, and it pains me that he has not dropped in 7 years. Like, dude, Frank, please, you're too good at making music. Please just drop again.
Anti, Lemonade, Coloring Book, Black Star, The Life of Pablo, Untitled, Unmastered, Views, Awaken My Love. I mean, 2016 Uzi has basically become a mythical figure because of his consistency and output during that year.
Let me also just say, he might mention it in this video, XXL Freshman Cypher 2016, one of the greatest songs I've ever heard in rap. It's like, it will never be replicated ever again. Have you heard the other freshman ciphers after that point? None of them come even close to that one.
And I'm not saying these are necessarily Gen Z albums, but usually the music that's the most important to you is the music that was released during your formative years. And I just gotta say, we low-key win. Like, yeah, I'll admit we didn't have Michael Jackson or Biggie or Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, but bro, do you know who we got? My man Fetty Wap. Listen, I'm not even being ironic. Fetty Wap at his peak had the entire world in the palm of his hand. Bro, I know you remember 1738 and I got this sewed up. And
All right, this guy's spitting facts, but let me just say, bringing back to that previous point he just had, that saying we had better music growing up than the past generations. My thought process with that entire situation is that, yeah, they might have had Biggie and Tupac, and they might have had better artists overall. But me, myself, growing up in the 2010s, I had all these new artists. I had Fetty Wap. You have everyone else, Lil Uzi Vert, Kanye, Drake, everyone releasing in their prime. We had all of them, and we still had access to all the 90s, 80s, and 70s music. So honestly, we have the best of both worlds. You can listen to whatever you want, but if you were back in the 80s, you only were able to listen to what was on the radio and what was out at the time. So personally speaking, we probably grew up at the best time.
he had other hits like My Way, RGF Island, and again, Fetty Wap was really the king of writing hooks. I don't want to sound like too much of an old head, but modern pop music to me sounds like it's lacking creativity. Everyone kind of sounds the same and is trying to hop on trends, and when someone new does come with an original sound, it's shocking. I miss the days when upcoming artists like Travis Scott, Tyler the Creator, and Frank Ocean were experimenting and pushing boundaries of their genres. And while these guys are still
I feel like music today is only like, how can I convert this into a TikTok sound? Because you might like it or not, but how a song makes money now is going viral on TikTok. Unless you're someone like these two on the screen right now, Travis Scott and Tyler the Creator, they can afford to make a song that they like and not make it a TikTok catchy song because they already have such a big following. But if you're an artist that is up and coming and wants to make a name for themselves, you're gonna have to make that TikTok song.
at the top of their game, the new artists to take their place just don't
Y'all know this guy?
do it for me. I still remember I was in 8th grade when Igor dropped, and I was blown away. It was equal parts soul, pop, and hip.
Can I be real with you guys? I was an Igor hater. Yeah, I don't know why. There was this weird thing with music. Like when I was in like middle school and early high school, I'd be like, I hear that the song is bad. Like with Earthquake, I heard it was bad, so I just didn't go out of my way to watch it, or I mean, listen to it. So I didn't make an opinion for myself. So it only happened like 2 years ago. I listened to like Earthquake and like the entirety of Igor for like the first time, and I realized it's one of the greatest albums of all time, and I'm just an idiot.
Pop. There was a complete narrative through the entire album. The music videos were beautiful. It was creativity at its peak. The greatest thing about this era of music was that there was something for everyone. There were plenty of pop radio hits, hip-hop was going through its second prime, new wave R&B was on the rise, and artists were starting to mature and find their own sound. I couldn't be happier with the music Gen Z grew up with, and the same goes for video games. If there's one video game that would define our generation, it's obviously Minecraft. I really don't
Bro, had me so scared for a second. Yeah, I would agree. Minecraft definitely helped our generation a lot. It definitely helped our generation a lot. He'll probably go into this, but I think it is so important to have Minecraft as a game for us individual growing up. The fact that you have a sandbox game and the entire aspect of the game is betting on the fact that you are being a creative person. And that's just beautiful. As like an adolescent, like teen growing up, you need something like that. You need to be able to create. You need to be able to like um build all these fancy structures. It's just nice for the brain. And not like these new games, like no offense to Fortnite, but like you don't really have that creative aspect. Oh, ooh, never mind. That was a bad example. I forgot you can make your own games.
know what to say about Minecraft that hasn't already been said. I still fondly remember the days of hopping in worlds with my friends and building roller coasters, mansions, and having full-scale battles. It was the perfect escape, simple yet dense.
Okay, y'all probably had this too, but my friend group, we had this kingdom world. So basically, what it was a regular Minecraft world, but everyone would be their own like faction, their own kingdom. People would have alliances. People would have wars. There was always like something crazy going on. And I remember probably the same thing for you guys. The game ended was because the creator of the world, my friend Kevin, he brought in one of his friends to the world, and that friend showed us how to duplicate diamonds, and it was cooked from there. It was already a world where you can switch into creative and people were flying around, so it was kind of cooked from the beginning, but it always goes back to greed.
With content, complete freedom. The same goes for Minecraft's equally popular but wilder little brother, Roblox. There was really something for everyone in Roblox. Sports games, fashion games, tycoon games, mystery games. There was so much content and room for creativity and fun for a young mind. And I think
Roblox is just now hitting its peak. Like, I remember playing Roblox back in the day. Yeah, you play the classics. You play like Block Hunt, Murder Mystery. You play some Tycoon, Superhero Tycoon. You'd be on till like 2 a.m. playing that shit. But I feel like now Roblox like devs are in their prime. They're making the best games ever. Like if you watch this channel, I've been recently playing the game to Shenanigans, and it's like one of the best anime games there is. It's like, why would I buy a $60 game that may not be as good as this free game that I can play countless amount of games in? It's gonna go down as one of the greatest games of all time.
all agree that sports games peaked during our childhood. 2K16 is probably my most played game of all time. It really is the perfect basketball game, and bro, how can we forget those old FIFA soundtracks? I need to know now. Unfortunately, these days, sports games have been watered down to over-monetized recycled slop held hostage by corporate overlords.
I kept thinking about that. Like, a lot of big companies really struggle making games in a couple years. I mean, GTA 6 has taken like over a decade to come out. And you have these sports games that are coming out every single year. So that means they're constantly in development. They're constantly making a new game. You're going to try to cut some corners here and there. And the way they make up for it is just rehashing the same game and having microtransactions. With that being said, I will probably be getting the new 2K and Madden this year and the new college football because I do enjoy those games.
But I still remember the days of try-harding on my park and having intense battles with my brother on Madden. We even witnessed mobile games like Clash of Clans and Clash Royale take over the zeitgeist of our generation. And of course, who can forget Flappy Bird? When it comes to Gen Z, I feel like I have to talk about books, and really one—
hold on. We can't gloss over Flappy Bird. I remember my uncle told me when Flappy Bird was taken off of the App Store and I had it on my little iPod Touch, he was like, hey Vincent, I'll give you $1,000 for that iPod right there. And I refused. I didn't want to give up Flappy Bird because I knew that was one of the last like devices with Flappy Bird on it. And now I should have taken the money because I'm pretty sure it's back on the App Store.
Specific book series, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I don't think there's ever been or ever will be another book series like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Much like the cartoons we grew up watching, this book series had a profound impact on the culture and humor of Gen Z. While most children's books try to teach good values like honesty and hard work, Jeff Kinney throws all of that out of the window. Greg Heffley is cynical, self-serving, opportunistic, lies, cheats, and always tries to find a shortcut. Basically, Greg Heffley is the most honest children's book character we've ever seen. I think because Gen Z has always been hyper-aware, we reject overly righteous characters because we know they don't exist in real life. The people around us operate like Greg, and in many ways, so do we. He was a hilariously flawed character that rarely learned his lesson, and we couldn't get enough.
Y'all remember the Scholastic book fairs? That just made me remember them. I remember I would never buy any books because I wasn't big on reading back then. I would always look for like the cool erasers, and they'd always have those, and they would always have like the bendy pencils. And oh, those are so cool. They always like fascinated me. Like, dude, how is this possible? And you never would be allowed to use it in class because your teachers would be like, it's too big of a distraction. But I still got that shit, and I still made my mom give me like $40 to buy 10 of those.
Much like the cartoons we grew up watching, Jeff Kinney gave us the respect of not talking down to us. The magic of those first 6 books.
I remember this was the lineup for me growing up. This was the lineup. I had, obviously, you had the first one, the classic. Best one, Roger Rules. Last Straw, I didn't have. I had The Ugly Truth, and I didn't have Dog Days and Cabin Fever. They're iconic. Can we just talk about like the book designs? Like who designed this? This is amazing. Like let's just look at Cabin Fever. Like, bro, I want to read that right now.
Will forever hold a special place in my heart. And clearly I'm not the only one, with Diary of the Wimpy Kid still being relevant in meme culture till this day. There's an entire subculture of Diary of the Wimpy Kid fanfictions that range from extremely hilarious to downright depressing. And from time to time I still read through this book series because it has a distinct comfort and charm that I can't find anywhere else. If we're gonna talk about Gen Z media, then it's only right that we talk about Gen Z social media. While short-form apps like Vine and TikTok have been huge during our childhood, culturally nothing really comes close to YouTube. I'm genuinely glad I got to witness the old days of YouTube. The days of FNAF Let's Plays, OG phase, back when H3H3 was making hilarious commentary videos, Casey Neistat's daily vlog, the rise of animation channels. There was so much.
You know what I really miss? I miss Filthy Frank, iDubbbz, and Max Mofo uploading videos together. Those, I try to go back and like watch those from time to time, but like they're mostly taken off of YouTube. Those are beautiful. It's just guys being creative and just making fun content. It's not maximizing the viewer's attention span. It's not doing anything. It's not trying to make money like that. Everything before the adpocalypse, which I think was the adpocalypse was like set in stone 2016, but like the 2012 era of YouTube, that will never be beat ever again.
Much diverse content, but of all the great
Chris Smooth
channels we grew up with, for me, one of them stands above the rest as the.
Okay, how did I turn that on? Hold on, let me turn that off for a second. Stop. I know who this is, because this was one of my favorite YouTubers growing up. Ryan Higa. I don't know if you guys... Hold on, let's just show the picture.
Greatest YouTuber of all time. A man who defined the humor for a generation of children.
Yo, what's up?
Okay, greatest YouTuber of all time. Might be crazy, but if y'all watch his parkour videos, those were amazing. And he just have like the trick shot videos of the basketball trick shot, and it would all be in one take, and they would get like tens of millions of views. He was crushing it, but then I think his like friends moved away, or he like fell out of love for the sport. But Ryan Higa was the GOAT.
My name is R Dizzle for shizzle my nizzle off the hizzle.
Ryan,
that's crazy. I've never seen that.
In Higa. It's really hard for me to put into words how much Ryan Higa's videos mean to me. He was literally the first YouTuber I ever watched. For the longest time, I thought YouTube was just a place for music videos, until one day my friend showed me Rustin Heber. It was an eye-opening moment. He was edgy, but also genuinely funny and made clever social commentary. I still distinctly remember the days in middle school of watching Dear Ryans on the bus ride home. He was truly one of the first personal brands on YouTube, and I think we all need to thank him for paving the way. So Ryan, I think there's only one thing left to say. And follow me on Instagram. I'm posting there once we hit 40.
Yeah, go follow this guy, WVid. I'll link the video in the description, but go follow his channel. Go show him some love. If you like the video, go like his. And yeah, as always, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.